Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is scheduled for one fall with a 90-minute time limit. This is the Raw Impact Unleashed. Please welcome to the sanctuary at this time at a combined weight of 420 pounds. They're your co-hosts for the evening, hailing from Northern California and known worldwide, it's K-Double, Black Lightning, your boy Cole, and White Thunder. They are the perfect storm. Get ready to unleash the Raw Impact.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all around the world, it's your boy Cole and K-Double. Get ready to have some trouble. This is your explicit warning. There may be vulgar violence and language and brief nudity. We don't know, but just in case, we're covering our asses. Alrighty then, enjoy the show.
Yo, Cole. What's up?
What's going on, my brother?
Not much, my brother from another mother.
Right on. Well, double K, I got something to say.
Go on, brother. Let them know.
Fuck the police, fuck them. Oh, no. No, man, I just need to get something on my chest. I can't wait till tomorrow night on my show, even though I'm going to elaborate a lot more on my show tomorrow night. Right here on Spreaker for the 4 Aces Presents network. This bullshit that's going on with the Beyonce and the Black Panther Party and being racist and all this bullshit. I am a semi-educated white man. I ain't going to say I'm the smartest motherfucker out there because I know I'm not. But I do know for a fact that the Black Panther Party, excuse me, I'm mixing up my words here. I can't even talk straight. I know it was established because of police brutality in Oakland against the minority black man. Now, they were here to protect the communities. They started all kinds of organizations and different things, schools, for children, to feed children, breakfast every morning to make sure they had a breakfast to go to school on and get their education and all this. Okay. Now, they said there's a lot of things in the news now that say that the Beyonce thing was racist. Now, it's not racist to be, in essence, you can love your race and still not hate another race. That's not what this is about. It's not about racism. It's about showing the 50 years pride of the Black Panther Party. Did the Black Panther Party have some outlaws in it and criminals? Yes. Does the government today have outlaws and criminals in it? Yes. So any group, when you get a lot of people together and they're standing up for any reason, they're being oppressed or what have you, there are going to be that criminal element around. Just like, are there bad police that shoot people for no fucking reason? Yes. Are they black? Yes. Are they fucking yellow and orange and green? Yes. Well, maybe not orange and green, but still. It's total bullshit. Now, the Super Bowl, the performance was awesome. Never crossed my mind that it was like, oh my God, this is so racist. I got to turn it off. I can't watch football anymore. There's too many black people on over there. I can't do this. Oh my God. Aiden better win. The white man better win. No, I never, that thought never crossed my mind. and it was racist. I did think, damn, look at the girl saying that booty. I did think that. I was like, man. And I was thinking it was an homage to Michael Jackson's performance.
Okay.
With all the bullets on the vest and all that. The party never crossed my mind. Even when they did the fist and all that, it was just like, okay, great performance, but that didn't really register with me. You know what I'm saying? And with that said, I'm going to say, y'all stop the bullshit. It wasn't racist. It was pro-black. Just because you're pro-black or pro-white or pro-anything doesn't mean you're against and hate the other races in the world. Okay? You're just making a statement of, hey, it's 50 years since the Black Party. It's our anniversary. It's a 50-year Super Bowl anniversary. They all started at the same motherfucking time. All right? That's all it was. It was an homage to helping out a poor community, which I am a part of right now. I'm in the middle of Oakland, in the baddest part of town. Fucking, I hear gunshots constantly. And they was helping the community. Yes, there was some bad elements. Don't get me wrong. There's always going to be bad elements. But without black people and white people, that Super Bowl halftime performance wouldn't have happened. It was a collaboration between white and black and white. Okay? Just like this show. This show would not come to you if there wasn't a black guy and a white guy sitting around talking about goddamn wrestling. All right?
100% truth stamp on that one.
So with that said, I want to get past this bullshit. I want to say, can't we all just get along? And don't judge me for saying that because, Rodney King said it after he, got beat down by police in LA and there was riots and shit. He didn't say that when he was getting beat down. He said that shit way after when motherfuckers was robbing local convenience stores and electronic shops and shit. Okay?
For sure.
So yeah, man, I just had to get that off chest. I was holding it in. I was wait till tomorrow on my show. I even re-recorded my show, because it was just like, damn, I need to say something.
I got something to say. Yeah. There you go, man. No, I agree.
I'm calming down. I'm cooling off.
All right.
As a white man, I shouldn't have got so uproared about this, but as a white man from the South that has seen segregation, where black people got to stay on one side of the damn town and white people got to stay on the other side, I understand racism to the fullest extent. I know country boys that can't stand black people. I know black people that can't stand white people. And it has nothing to do with the fucking Super Bowl halftime show.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yep. Now, there was one, and just to finish that subject off, there was one complaint about the Super Bowl halftime show that I slightly agreed with. And that was,
they should have had Bay Area on.
Exactly. That the Super Bowl committee missed out on an opportunity to showcase a lot of the amazing music that has come out of the Bay Area and the San Francisco area in bands like Metallica and Journey and Carlos Santana and having them star in that halftime show. And that wouldn't be a bad idea to have your Super Bowl halftime show showcase music, unless there's just no good music that's come from your area. And let's just admit there's maybe about 4 or 5 areas in the US where good music comes out of. The rest is but I'll say
totally agree with you, man. They should have made it more Bay Area themed.
Yeah.
With the artists. I've seen Carlos Santana in live in concert. I've seen him do a acoustic thing, just him and guitar and a microphone.
Yeah, wow.
That was fucking awesome. So you can't tell me that there ain't no talent in the Bay Area to could have done it. And I did read Carlos Santana's post to the NFL and all that. Yeah, that it said, hey, you could have grabbed 5, 6 bands, including himself, from this area to showcase actual good fucking music.
Not to say that the Super Bowl halftime show wasn't good music.
Yeah. I'm not dissing what happened. Well, I thought it was a great show.
Yeah,
I thought it was awesome. It had a good vibe to it. It had a positive, uplifting vibe to it. Whether what race you are, it didn't matter. It was a good show. But yeah, man, they should have did something with the Bay Area. At least had one of the Bay Area people come.
And much as
for what it was, it was a good show.
Yeah. And well, I'll say, well, one thing that I did see that I liked was an article that was written about wrestling, about here comes the NFL's half-ass attempt at WrestleMania the day before the Super Bowl, and it cracked me up. But in the terms of this conversation, this is somewhere where WrestleMania could learn. Instead of getting these half-ass, nobody really knows them artists to play WrestleMania, you were going in the right direction when you had Kid Rock. You know, like get guys and artists that are if you're already spending millions on WrestleMania, getting a stadium and putting the whole show together. What's a couple 100,000 more to get a top-notch A-lister artist either from that area or that's hot at that time to do a little mini concert at WrestleMania, as opposed to grabbing these random, half the crowd's heard of them, half the crowd hasn't, people that I was at WrestleMania and didn't even pay attention to the WrestleMania little musical performance.
Nah,
I said,
man, I think we went down and got Madison the Divas Championship belt during that time, I believe.
yeah, I do believe so. And now mind you, and I knew who the drummer dude was that they had, and I knew who Skylar Gray was. But I just didn't care. You know, it wasn't worth me. It wasn't like I was like, oh God, this is somebody I want to see live. It was just like, oh, okay, these two are, let's go do something. You know, like, and so I think they could definitely take a note from how the NFL handles its halftime show or its musical performance at the Super Bowl, in the sense of constantly making sure it's somebody who is gonna want to keep people in their seats, even though there's gonna be people who use halftime to get up, go get their food, do what they want, so that way they don't miss any game time. But for the most part, that stadium stayed full during the halftime show.
Yeah, it definitely did. Which most Super Bowl halftimes, it's gonna stay full. I mean, they want to see those artists. I mean, who wouldn't want to see Beyonce shaking her booty? You know what I'm saying? Who wouldn't want to see Bruno Mars live? You know, Coldplay live. I mean, these are opportunities that you might not get, and if you do get them, they're few and far in between. You know. Yeah. But yeah, going back to the WrestleMania thing, it was just like this is my thought in it is. WWE didn't want to get artists to outshine their performers, their own performers.
I can understand that.
That's the mindset I'm thinking, because they never really go all out for wrestling when it comes to the music and stuff. I mean, every once in a while, yeah, you do get a Kid Rock or something like that, but Kid Rock is backing Donald Trump, so fuck him. You got to motherfucker. Please, everybody in the world, don't listen to goddamn actors, actresses, fucking musicians, and other celebrities, especially the reality celebrities and then the Kardashian types, about fucking politics. Do your own research. Learn on your own. Make your own fucking decisions. Please, don't listen to these motherfuckers out there. Don't even listen to me about politics. Don't and fucking listen to the politicians, listen and learn about their backgrounds and learn about what they've done and what bills they passed and all that before you make a decision. Don't just say, oh, Kid Rock's fucking backing Donald Trump. I got Kid Rock's back, so that means I got Trump's back. Fuck that.
That's your piece.
But yeah, I really think that WWE doesn't want to really shine the light on artists, so to speak. They want their own artists to be the front runners. At this point in case, that Rock come back, which is an East Bay baby.
Oh yeah.
And that right there on its own was enough to be like, hey, they're representing the Bay Area here. They brought the Rock in, this Bay Area. They don't have that many people that's actually from around the Bay Area. Okay, who we got? Eva Marie. Boo!
Yeah.
Bailey, yay! But that's about it, right? That's it.
Oh.
And I don't hear, fucking getting from Oakland, California. No, I don't hear from San Francisco, California. Well, the Usos. Okay, I'll take that back. The Usos too. But they were part of the show.
They actually had a match.
They actually had a match, but yeah, in general, I think it's better for you to get local talent at any show you do, whether it's a Super Bowl, halftime show, or WrestleMania or anything like that. Anybody that's putting on a show and having music during that show should have local talent. Known local talent, not unknown local talent, because, ain't like, 27 people gonna know that they played, a jazz club 3 weeks ago? Like, no, not that, but actually local talent. And there's many cities out here that in America that bring in local talent.
Yeah.
Okay, the rest of it's gonna be in Dallas. Well, that means you got a country music star out in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right? That if they have it in Atlanta, you got country, you got rap, you got R&B, you got just about everything coming out of Atlanta. So use that local talent. All right, so now that we got that done, I want to talk about the racism in WWE and how Vince McMahon treats black people. If you're a black person and you touch Vince McMahon, you will get suspended.
Well, okay. I'm going to say two things. This, I am one for conspiracy theories, and I always have been, and I don't necessarily think that there is not a lot of truth. Having spoken with, we've had conversations with Jamil on the show, and other people as well, that kind of solidify and help, and some of the stories that we heard help to, encourage the theory that there is a certain level of racism within the WWE. But this particular situation, I don't think necessarily was that. I think it was more of what we were talking about off air, which is that it was just, you just don't put your hands on the boss. And that's the message that's being sent, and I agree with the last point that you made right before we went on air, that if this had taken place behind the scenes, if that whole exchange between Vince and Titus had taken place behind the scenes and not on the stage, in front of a live Raw audience, I definitely think we probably never hear about it, and Titus is never suspended.
Yes, exactly. I was just playing around about it being a racist thing. I don't believe WWE is racist. I don't think the board is racist. I don't think Vinnie Mac is racist. I believe there's some prejudice there.
Yeah.
I can say that open-handedly about there's prejudice there not only against some black people, but the smaller guys. They've always been oppressed in the WWE. It's always been about the bigger, faster, stronger type guys. So there is prejudice against the smaller type guys, even though the last decade or so, they have got away from that a little bit.
Yeah.
But there definitely is some prejudice there against having black champions. For some reason.
Can I touch on that? That reason?
Yeah, do it.
Okay. I think about it like this. I'm a big baseball fanatic, same as you and your brother. Huge on the baseball. The whole thing with Jackie Robinson and why Jackie Robinson was able to make the impact that he made, and why black athletes were left out of baseball for so long, was because there was this thought process, just like with drafting or trying to cultivate a black quarterback in the NFL. There was this thought process that blacks were not capable of being able to do these things, not in the way that a white man would be able to do it. And I think that has a lot more to do with why we haven't seen a lot of black champions in WWE, is that there's this specific image that Vince has of his champions, which is why it's been so hard for people like Rey Mysterio and Daniel Bryan to break through and get to that championship level. They almost have to work twice as hard as say a Batista. No offense, not saying Batista didn't work hard. You know what I'm saying? But they have to work twice as hard as a Batista, because he already has the size and the look that the WWE's looking for in their champion. I'm glad you used Batista in that, because Batista is not a white man. Yeah.
He's not a black man. He is of Hispanic heritage.
Right.
So I'm glad you used him as in the sample or the example that you posted, because, like I said, it's the bigger, faster, stronger guys that get a push way better and way easier than a white guy or, a black guy or a Mexican guy, that's not got that look.
Yeah, that look and that size.
So it's more prejudice than racism, I believe.
I can agree.
I could be wrong, and Vince McMahon could be, yelling the N-word all the time. I can't believe that N-word fucking touched me on the goddamn ramp. That son of a bitch. God damn it. I can't see that happening, but it might. I don't know. I'm not in his fucking office. I'm not in his home. I have no idea what he really thinks. And it's not like he's going to come out and be like, I'm a racist motherfucker. Well, that just, cut out, a good 45% of your goddamn fans.
But then again, though, really would it? Because you think about some of the racist ass skits that Vince McMahon has done throughout the years on his television programming, and he still has that large of a multicultural audience. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the scene. You would think that the scene when JBL feuded with friggin' Rey Mysterio, and he did the scene where he was kicking the Mexicans back into the water. You would have thought no Mexican ever would watch WWE ever again, ever, because that was just so.
Right,
you know
exactly.
what I'm saying? But we're all still here.
But then again, you got to look at it this way. In storyline, that's just what it is.
It's exactly the story.
JBL is not racist. He had a black partner for 10 years.
Exactly, yeah.
So, him and Ron Simmons, and if you guys haven't seen it, go to the WWE Network or wherever you can find it and watch the interview JBL does on Legends with Ron Simmons. It's fucking awesome, and you learn a few things that you probably wouldn't know about Ron Simmons. But you can... It's just like when Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter pulled out the "Don't Tread on Me" flag.
Yeah.
And was doing that, and then they had to make an announcement to the Tea Party. It was like, "Hey, my name is Dutch Manziel, and I am blah blah blah." I can't remember Jack Swagger's real name. Yeah. Forgive me, Swag. But they were like, "Hey, my name is Dutch Manziel, and this is blah blah blah. We are actors. We are entertainers. What we do on the show is scripted. It's storyline. We don't have affiliations with the Tea Party or, the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. They're impartial. So it's like, okay, a storyline might cross the line, but that's just it. It's a storyline.
Yeah. And those who recognize that are able to enjoy it for what it is, and those who don't take umbrage with it. And that's the whole thing is that wrestling, like any other art form, is subjective to the viewer that's watching it. You're going to think what you're going to think about what your eyes see, because everybody primarily trusts their eyes, even if their eyes are being lied to. Politics proves that left and right.
And on that same note, can storylines make or break a superstar? Yes.
Oh,
yes. You have a racist storyline. Well, people are going to look at you like racist and not like you and not back. But that also can be a good thing, because JBL was the most hated champion during that time. When he was doing all that, and he got his boost, he got the reaction they wanted. Yep. He did that so people would hate him.
Yep, exactly.
Whether it be real life or as his character, he wanted to be hated.
Yep.
And then what happened? Rey Mysterio wins the belt, and everybody loves it.
Everybody goes fucking berserk. And that's the. What's that?
I'm allergic to fucking racist.
Well, hopefully Titus comes back quickly. I really do think that he needs to get a push. He's a great talker on the mic. He's not the best, but he's a great talker on the mic. And in ring, he's improving by the match. So I think they need to bring him back.
And not to mention all the charitable stuff that he does.
Yeah.
Outside of the company. Like, yes, he has the platform from the company, but he could go home and sit on his ass when he has off time. He doesn't have to go out here and participate in all these functions. He even brought a whole class, to one of the shows that I can't remember if it was a Raw or not, but I believe it was, a good, one of the best shows. It wasn't a live event or a Smackdown or a Take show or anything like that. So,
Yeah, no.
I mean, he does so much outside of the WWE to help communities all over the country and the world, for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he's a real good guy, and he didn't mean this by playing around. He's playing around. That's what it was. It was a jokingly little thing. I think that somebody in the back was like, "Hey, touch the boss. Can't nobody touch the boss." So and Vince had to do something about it, or everybody would be grabbing Vince all the time, out of storyline, out of character. So said before, like you reinstated, if it would have happened backstage, nothing would have been said about it, nothing would have been heard about it, nobody would have complained about it, and Titus would still be doing his damn thing. Yes, I agree with you. He needs a push. He has basically over the past couple of years gotten better on the mic. He's started to kind of expand in the ring. Went around. He's a good guy. He didn't deserve what happened to him. And I think it was one of those, see what happens when you're not supposed to, or if you're playing around, in public. It's kind of like that. He was an example. And unfortunately, it cost him 60 days. It was 90. It got reduced to 60. Hopefully it'll get reduced again, and then hopefully they'll just bring him back and let all this quieten down. It was a bad timing, though. Yeah. I mean, you have the Super Bowl shit that everybody's like, oh, she's racist, and then all of a sudden you have this happen. It's Black History Month. Oh my God! It's the wrong time for this shit. It's bad timing. Poor judgment.
Yeah.
On his behalf, even though they might be playing around backstage, can't do that in front of an audience. Yeah. And on the network or TV when cameras are rolling, at least. So yeah, he's just an example, and yeah, I do hope he comes back pretty soon instead of this bullshit. But bad timing though, all the way around.
Go ahead.
I'm good.
Oh,
I think I've repeated myself a couple times. I'm good.
All right. No, I was gonna say, now the one guy that I hope doesn't come back is the guy that probably, like we discussed off air, for his own safety, got tossed out of the arena in Seattle because, according to most of the articles that I've read, during Daniel Bryan's goodbye speech, which I won't lie, brought a tear to my eye, to WWE. I guess this guy there was a guy in the crowd who tried to start a nah, 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 hey, 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 goodbye chant while Bryan was talking. And according to the witnesses that wrote about it, he was immediately quieted by 3 security guards and escorted out of the building.
Yeah, I believe the security did the right thing. I think the dude is just a dumbass for even trying to start that. And he will never be in a WWE wrestling ring, nor anything for that matter. And he deserved to get his ass kicked out of the show for disrespecting the retirement speech of Daniel Bryan, or trying to disrespect it. Now, if it was a work, or if it was, a firing or something like that, yes, go ahead. That's part of the storyline. The fans get involved. But when it's a serious deal like that, and you start with some dumb shit, see you later, dude. We don't need you here. Take your dumb ass on down the road.
And that's yeah. Like I said, if you're trying to start that chant, if it even pops into your head to try to start that chant, you're either drunk or you have no respect for what those guys do and what you're seeing in the ring before you. Because exactly. Daniel Bryan, like, it's heartbreaking. Like part of what made me cry is, I'm sorry, I can't stand to see people get emotional. So when I see people get emotional, it gets me emotional, starts choking me up. And they kept showing all the different fans in the audience that were like crying, that were like bawling their eyes out, including, I believe they showed like one little girl, she couldn't have been no more than about 8 to 10, about my daughter's age, and she was bawling her eyes out as Daniel Bryan gave his retirement speech and explained why he wouldn't be wrestling anymore. And I can say this one hurts a little more than the rest, because I still think that there were a lot of untapped storylines in Daniel Bryan. There were a lot of 5-star matches left in him, as far as, his desire, to be in the ring, his
Oh
desire
yeah.
to do it. There were a lot of good matches left in him, and for him to be, 16 years ain't nothing to sneeze at. But by far, man, he really, wow, it felt like he was just really hitting his stride.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't really get too emotional during the whole thing. Not as emotional as Edge or Shawn Michaels, or for that matter, Mark Henry's fake retirement. I really got emotional during Mark Henry's thing because for some reason, like I've never been a true Mark Henry fan. Like oh, I gotta watch Raw. Mark Henry's gonna be on. No, it's never been that.
Yeah.
But when he did his thing, I was like, damn, dude. I was just thinking about all the things that I've seen him do and be a part of. The funny shit that he did with Mason, to pulling the butts, to bending pants, to wrestling, good matches, even bad matches with Ryback. Like everything, I was just like, it hit me. It was like, this guy has been a part of my life for 18, 20 years. Like, oh my God, it hit me. Now, his dad was sitting there, and it was the last match that I had to see him wrestle and all that. That part hit me.
Yeah.
When it kind of choked up Daniel Bryan, I got choked up.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh my God, really? Oh shit. I didn't think I was going to feel like this, man. Why am I feeling like this? This is bullshit. But it did choke me up, man, because it was like one of the moments of somebody that shouldn't have never been champ.
Yeah.
Realizing his dreams, which are our dreams, that not going to be WWE champion. Like, plain and simple. I know that's not going to happen. Whether I was completely healthy or not. That was not in my cards. Did I want to be? Hell yeah. Was it a dream of mine to be in a WWE ring? Hell yeah. Daniel Bryan still my dream. And that's really what really got me. And then, he was like, my pops is there. Like, will my pops ever come to say no? Dang. But through Daniel Bryan, I can live that experience.
Mm-hmm.
And that really got me.
And as you guys know, if you've listened to Raw Impact Unleashed over the past, 3 years, then you know good and well exactly how huge of fans of Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, whatever you want to call him, whatever you know him by. We've mentioned him. We've talked about him on this show for years and years and years. So I think that was part of the emotional part for me as well, was just that this is somebody that's not he got his start, but he rolled up, kind of he made his impact during the rise of our show. Not through us, you know what I'm saying, but at the same time. And so it was just
and we'll go back to the early days of our show. You can see I was not a Daniel Bryan fan.
Yeah.
I was a Dragon fan, American Dragon fan.
Yeah.
ROH and the Indies. I had seen him perform and I love him. When NXT started up and it was that bullshit mentor shit, I did not like Daniel Bryan's character. I did not like him.
Yeah.
And y'all can go there. For some reason, like he said, we got behind him and all the props in the world to become the world heavyweight champion. I was one of those guys that got behind him when he broke off from the NXT thing, the Nexus, been fired twice, came back. That's when I started. He started performing like the American Dragon.
Yeah.
You know, all out in the ring and all that. He just, I don't know what clicked in him or whatever it was that he was like, you know what? Something ain't working. I'm going to do my own thing in the ring. And if y'all don't like me, well, then fucking fire me. I'll go back to the Indies and I'll still, you know, perform. And that right there kind of morphed me into being a fan of his. It's prejudice on my part. Oh, this small guy, you know, this fucking white bread baby face, it just ain't working, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh my God, he's got skills in the ring. All his mic skills are getting better. Oh shit. Like, it was just like a yes movement. Like, it was literally a movement. It changed my mind, and I went from being, I can do without seeing a match of his to
Sorry, guys, we seem to have lost Cole there for a second. Don't know what happened. I think my internet may have dropped him, but I'm getting him back right now.
Man, why you cut me off? I was in the middle of talking about Daniel Bryan. Who?
Man,
Bryan Danielson. American Dragon.
Oh, man, sorry about that, but go on. What was you saying?
No, I was just saying, hey, man, I wasn't a fan, and he won me over.
There you go.
Just like many other superstars that won me over. Dolph Ziggler at the beginning, when he was Nicky, with the Spirit Squad. I didn't like any of the Spirit Squad. I didn't like none of them. Dolph Ziggler has won me over. You know, there's certain people that's like, okay, he ain't gonna last. And then a couple of years later, it's like, damn, he's the best in the business. You know, I didn't like Jericho in WCW, even though he was, you know, as good as he is today. I mean, I just didn't like him. But I love him now. You know what I mean? Right. Triple H, I have a bad relationship with Triple H because sometimes I like him and sometimes I hate him. Mm-hmm. But Daniel Bryan literally won the crowd, won me, won everybody over, and he deserved everything that he got and more.
100%.
And unfortunately, since I believe that what he said was true about, you know, his concussions and all that, and the doctor saying he really doesn't need to wrestle and he can't wrestle, even though physically his body is healthy and ready to go, he can't take any more concussions, and that's a serious thing. Yeah. People's like, oh, blah blah blah, that ain't serious and all that. Yes, it's very serious.
Very serious.
If you watch the movie Concussion with Will Smith, you will realize, you know, NFL, any contact sport, concussions are the most serious thing out there. Mm-hmm. It's not a knee injury that's gonna have you go senile and kill somebody or kill yourself or whatever. It's the impact of your brain, the chemistry in your brain changing, and that is what is the most devastating about it, is because you can't see it. You can't physically be like, oh, something's wrong with him. You know, he's hurt. He's injured. No, you literally have to go get MRIs or CAT scans and then all these things done, and you can see the change in emotion and the change in their perception of life, and you know, unfortunately, his neurologist said, hey, dude, you don't need to take any more shots. You don't need to take any more hits, bumps. You don't need to shake your brain up anymore. In that movie Concussion, they use a jar of water with a onion in it. No. And that's supposed to symbolize your brain and your skull. It's not attached to anything. You know, it's not like, you know, it's solid and it's brain to skull. No, your brain is floating around in fluid. Yeah. If you shake your head right now, you can feel your brain moving around. Yep. And that impact can cause you to go crazy, shoot yourself, shoot other people. You know, it's happened multiple times, especially in NFL. And it can possibly be what's leading to wrestlers overdosing on drugs and things like that because their judgment is not clear. Their brains are not clear. They're not clear-minded.
Their brains are not functioning correctly, yeah.
I was just happy that they caught it before major damage happened. And somebody like Daniel Bryan, a good guy, good-hearted guy, can get the help that he needs. And I mean, there's not like, you can't put your brain in a cast and heal it up. I mean, when you got damage, the damage is there. There's no coming back from it. But there are things that can prevent other damage to happen, and a little bit of healing can happen.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to be 100% for the rest of your life. Like, that's not going to happen. But, seeing that, I can understand why they froze his contract, and they're there to protect him.
Yeah.
You got to protect him from yourself. When you're like a Daniel Bryan and you have so much love and passion for what you do, you need somebody to step in to protect you.
Yeah.
Because I know if nobody was there to stop Daniel Bryan, he would be in the ring today, still going as hard as he ever went, still taking, big bumps and big hits and rocking his brain even more. So I'm glad that they're there to protect him. If that is true. If it's not true and it was something he said, to retire from WWE and all that, because they needed, to shine a light on a serious situation, and Daniel Bryan eventually, comes back to work, whether it be with WWE or, the Independence, ROH, wherever he goes. I just hope it's not a work. Would I love to see him back in the ring? Yes. Would I love to see him back in the ring with a messed up head and not being right in the brain? No.
No.
So I'm glad there were people there to protect him from himself.
I'm thinking a lot of that speech that he gave was truthful, and it was truthful in such a way that you know what I'm saying. It almost told you directly that, look, dude, this ain't a work. At least to me, that's how it spoke to me, because just the things that he talked about wanting to do things with his life, like, go have children, stuff like that. These are things that if you take one too many blows to the head, yeah, it doesn't stop you from physically being able to have a child, but being able to be aware of what your child is doing, how your child is growing, the milestones that your child is passing. These are very important things as a parent. That you want to be able to see and you want to be coherent and aware for, and so many people who've had multiple concussions in their life, when they get into their older ages, begin to fade in and out of reality. And so just to me, it's exactly like the Edge situation, in the fact that Edge retired. Edge could have kept going, but it probably would have cost him his quality of life later on in life.
Yes, exactly. Muhammad Ali, great example of taking too many shots to the head. Was he a great athlete? Was he a great boxer? Was he the GOAT? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But look at what it cost him. It cost him so many years of not being able to, be there for his family and have a great quality of life after the sport he loved so much and participated in as one of the greatest of all times. And that can happen to anybody in any contact sport. So I am glad they caught him, they protected him from himself, because you and I both know Daniel Bryan would be in the ring today if nobody said anything.
Oh, yeah. 1,000%. Like I said, you saw about 5 different reports talking about how he was cleared by this doctor and that doctor, and how he wanted to get back into the ring. I always, I had no clue that this is what was going on, but I always felt that there had to be a reason why WWE wouldn't clear him. He was too big of a moneymaker. You know what I'm saying? That's like The Rock being ready to go and the WWE not letting him wrestle. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. Why ain't y'all letting The Rock wrestle? Just by stepping in the ring, that man's going to make you damn near $1 million just by showing up, and talking in the ring for 5 minutes. So why wouldn't you want that? And that's another thing that kind of led to me like believing what he was saying is that the fact that, and you know, and of course I've read the reports as well that where Daniel Bryan has said that yeah, if WWE won't clear him, that he'll go wrestle elsewhere. I don't know. That speech he gave makes me believe that he's thought twice about that.
Yeah, definitely. And even seeing him right after he went through the curtain, there's a picture of him kind of squatting down and just crying
Yeah.
because he knows that it's truly over, whether it be with WWE or anybody else. I think the world for that doctor, his neurologist that seen the problem, and so many others didn't. To give us this confusing kind of report on Daniel Bryan's health. I'm glad that doctor stepped up and said, "Hey, man, I see this spot or whatever it was, that he seen in his brain." And was like, "Hey, man, you really need to start thinking about, life after wrestling and start your family with Bree. Bree's been wanting a baby forever. We all know this. If you watch Total Divas, then 2 years ago, Bree was like, 'Oh, Daniel Bryan's gonna knock me up.' Yeah." So, she's wanting kids, and Daniel Bryan's wanting kids, and at this joint juncture, this time, they've got plenty of money. Their net worth is in the millions. So, yeah, they can literally have a farm in the middle of nowhere and raise a family and be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I give Daniel Bryan my blessing to not wrestle anymore and go have him babies.
Man, you've given it, to put it bluntly, you've given us 16 years of your life. You've given us your heart, your body, your soul. Man, go enjoy the rest of your life. Go enjoy the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like before you end up hurting yourself so bad in the ring that you can't. Go enjoy the rest of your life because what's up?
And it's not like this is the end of his wrestling career. He can train in the Performance Center. He can help younger athletes all over the world.
Yeah.
He can do anything and everything that's behind the scenes for WWE or any other company that's out there.
And so,
I'm allergic to talking about Daniel Bryan.
Well, why don't we take a commercial break and we'll come back and we'll just talk some Raw and some SmackDown before we get into that shout out of the Indies.
Oh, my brother. Oh, testify.
That's the Raw Impact Unleashed.
On Spreaker.com, this is 4 Aces Presents brand, yo.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Cole from the Raw Impact Unleashed at Planet of Cole. Just throwing out there the lineup for the weekend for 4 Aces Presents here on Spreaker.com. Fridays, we got Raporia Presents, or Raporia Presents, 2 p.m., 4 p.m. Pacific. All these are Pacific Standard Times. Now versus then Deuce from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. That is going to be a monthly show. We also have Revolving Door Fridays with K Double's Classroom or Double K's Classroom. Also splitting it up with Planet of Cole. Those shows are from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday we got WTF from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. And also on Saturday we have the Troll Gazer Gaming Project featuring James Brower from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And on Sunday, we cap off the week with West Coast Bias from 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. And remember, all these are Pacific Standard Time. So check all these shows out and holla at your boy. Y'all take it easy.
All right, guys. Yeah, just a couple of quick updates. Tomorrow night, just like Cole said, you can check out the rest of his thoughts on the Super Bowl 50 performance and other things on Planet of Cole. Saturday, we will actually be having a preview episode of the game of the Trollgazer Gaming Project with James Brower. That will be airing Saturday night, probably around 8 o'clock, or the podcast will be available around 8 o'clock. We're going to be previewing what James is going to be talking about, what type of show he's going to be doing, and then next week he's going to kick off with his first episode. So you guys be sure to listen in. Trollgazer Gaming Project every Saturday night. All right, Cole. So Raw, man. Like, hey, I'll have to say this. I'll start it out like this. I know we've talked AJ Styles for the past 2 weeks, but one more time, I'm just happy. I'm glad. And I'm actually happy about what they're doing with his character. And I think they're definitely giving him an excellent feud against Jericho.
It's like Mickey D's, man. I'm loving it.
Mm.
And you know what else I'm loving? I'm loving that he knocked fucking the Miz's tooth out. his cap, his crown, whatever it is. I love that they put that in the storyline and was like, hey, this shit happened. He backhanded the shit out of Miz and his tooth flew out his mouth. That was great. Yes, I love what they're doing with him. He is 1-1 with Jericho now. If we fast forward to SmackDown, Jericho actually picked up again on him. So he has actually lost his first match in WWE.
Very true. And you know,
at least on TV.
Has he hit the Styles Clash on anybody?
I don't think so. I think he's attempted it a few times, but I don't think he's actually hit it. Because on SmackDown they had the social outcast, now trending, the social house cat.
House cat, right? Axl Rose.
They had a tag team. They had a tag team match. And he hit the flying Superman forearm off the ropes as a finish. And I believe he rolled up Jericho.
The first time, yeah.
And got him. And with the Miz, I'm not sure how the Miz got beat.
Oh, he finished the Miz with the calf crusher.
That was the calf crusher, yes. Yeah. His newest finishing move out of all of his moves. That's the newest one he has. And he did use it in the latter days of TNA and on the Independents. So it's not like he developed that for WWE. Yeah. But yes, he has went for the Styles Clash, but has not hit it yet.
There's a part of me that wonders why that is. Is that a slow roll build up till when we finally get to see the Style Clash, or is it a wrestlers don't necessarily want to take it? Because the way it's set up, even as safe as it is kind of a chancy move because you're kind of dangling between his legs when he lays you flat. You know,
well,
with your hands behind your head.
It's not as far-fetched as Cesaro's finishing move.
Yeah, true. Or the pedigree.
It's not as crazy as the pedigree, which has, crushed Jericho's face at one point because Triple H didn't let him go when they had real beef in real life. Same reason for Jericho putting Triple H in the walls of Jericho when Triple H's quad was gone.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, San Jose, homie. But, I think what it is that will be the finishing move for Y2J and AJ 3. Okay. To finish off Jericho. He will hit the Styles Clash, for their third match. Because I know it's coming.
Yeah.
Because, you can't have this build-up of them two going back and forth with each other and having AJ win his first match, having Jericho win the second, and then not having a third match out of it.
I'm thinking Fastlane.
I think it would be a perfect way to end the Jericho feud with hitting him with the Styles Clash and pinning him. And I think that would be perfect because when he does hit it, the crowd is going to erupt because they haven't seen it in so long.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's one of those things, like, if you don't get a stunner for a couple of months, and then all of a sudden Stone Cold comes out and drops, 7 people with a stunner, you love it.
Yeah. Very true.
Oh, my God. I'm allergic to talking about Y2J and AJ Styles, man. Now, I got this little head cold, man. I've been fucking sneezing my ass off the past couple of days. It's terrible. Terrible.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I think they're saving it for a special occasion. And like you said, it could be Fastlane. It could be, whenever the third match between them two collide. We still got a couple of weeks out for Fastlane, so a lot can happen in between then and now.
Very true.
Something I really wanted to talk about is it started on Raw and it continued through SmackDown. Is the Dudley Boys turning heel?
Oh yeah. Oh my brother.
And getting this feud ramped up with the Usos.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've been asking for this match for a long time with the Usos and the Dudley Boys. We've been wanting it ever since the Dudley Boys came back and the Usos was healthy. We wanted this match, and finally, I believe we're gonna get it.
Oh yeah, can't wait for it. And I love the speech that Bubba Ray gave, and the tables are gone from Dudleyville now. So now all you hear is Devon, get that, and that's it. That had, I got to give Bubba Ray props on that, or Bubba Ray props on that. Like they had a lot of impact. The silence of that had a lot of impact.
Definitely, man, definitely. And it was a perfect way to execute the full heel turn. You got a little bit of it, on Monday Night Raw when they came out and was like, "What, y'all? The Usos gonna have a tables match without the Dudleys? Nah, that's our match. We're gonna be in this match." So they get in the match, and then all of a sudden they turn. After the match is over, they turn on the Usos. That was the beginning of it, where it was like, oh my God, the Usos are over anyway, and then all of a sudden you're going after them, and then you come out on SmackDown and you say no more tables in Dudleyville, and the last time you're ever going to hear this is Devon, get the, and he drops the mic and he takes the table out, has the crew come and get the tables beforehand and get all the tables out of there. That was the perfect execution of a heel turn.
Mm-hmm.
They are full heels now. The crowd hates them for taking the tables, and that was the main thing. The crowd didn't really hate them too much for beating down the Usos.
Right.
That wasn't really their full heel turn. It didn't, get to the crowd until they started talking smack about the crowd, always wanting tables and blah, blah, blah. And they always say they want tables, but they never say they want Devon or they want Bubba Ray. They it was like a personal kind of shot towards the fans because it was kind of personal to them. That y'all don't want to see us, y'all just want to see somebody go through a table. So you know what? Fuck y'all. Y'all ain't getting no tables no more.
Mm-hmm.
And that go ahead.
I was gonna say it couldn't have been done by a better man. And that's just real talk. But the man has always been amazing on the mic. He's always been the mouthpiece of the Dudley family, really in general. Throughout the entire time that I've known the Dudley family to be in existence, Bubba Ray has kind of always been the most vocal one. And that promo he cut, like you said, it had that proper impact of, so we showed you guys that we're bad guys by beating up the good guys, the perennial good guys and the Usos, and now we're gonna stick it to you, because he started out that promo perfectly. He started out the promo taking a stab at Daniel Bryan. And who's the golden boy really that right now, due to his retirement is kind of supposed to be off limits? Daniel Bryan. So where's the first play Bubba Ray goes? Daniel Bryan. And
yeah, exactly.
Very well done. Very well done from all angles. Very well done.
Yeah, I agree totally with you. And I'm glad that they are taking on the heel role. I mean, it was great. It was a good pop when they got there. And, everybody loves them, regardless if they're heels or good guys or faces or whatever. You're always going to respect and love the Dudley Boys for what they've always been able to do, and that's perform to the fullest effect and the highest level in the ring. I like them better as heels.
Yes, bad guys.
They were always heels to me in coming up. The Hardys were always the faces. Edge and Christian were either or.
The tweeners,
and the Dudleys were always heels. You know, it was kind of like an homage to saying, hey, we're going back to, you know, when we came out and beat people down in ECW, and we came out and beat people down in the Attitude era. It was kind of like, all right, finally. And I think they're both better as heels anyway, as performing, because I think they believe it more. You know, they have more fun being a heel. Like, you can ask any wrestler, what's fun? What's more fun, being a face or being a heel?
Hell, Kaz said it a couple
of the time, being a heel. Yeah, Kaz even said, you know, being a heel is, you know, it comes more natural. But then again, you got people like Chemo, big time wrestling, that he likes being the face more than ever being a heel, because he's naturally a good guy in real life. You know, so that and it's more believable for him to be a face than a heel, because he is a good guy. Now, if he was a major asshole in real life, you would believe he was more a heel than being a face, and it wouldn't really work as a face. Same with other wrestlers. You know, Stone Cold, I see him as a heel. Always seen him as a heel. Even when he was supposedly being the face, he was always doing heel things. And that's more on his attitude. And I think the Dudley Boys, I love them as heels. I hate that they took the tables away, because that was part of their heel persona, you know, taking somebody and powerbombing them off the stage through a table, the sit-down powerbomb that Bubba does, or just randomly, you know, grabbing somebody and beating them down, or beating the tag team down, and then grabbing a table and putting them through the table. That's a heel thing, you know. So unfortunately, we won't see that anymore, because there's no more tables, and that's the fan favorite. But I do love them as heels. I think they work better as heels, and breaking the rules, kicking ass.
Yeah. And that's the key thing about it, is that they're like you said, they're getting back to their element, to what the Dudleys are used to doing, how they're used to doing things, basically doing what they want to do when they want to do, when they want to do it, and beating the crap out of whoever they want to in the process. And it's like I said, it's the way we all love the Dudley Boys, you know, to be, as opposed to what they are when they try to be, when they're faces, like when they're trying to be the pure baby face. It works, but it doesn't, because you're always going to see them as that snickering bad guy. You're always going to see them as that wolf in sheep's clothing. You know, so the heel turn worked for me. I can't wait to see the match that's going to come out of it. Because a match between the Usos and the Dudley Boys should be everything that we're asking for. Only issue that I have with it is that it should be for the WWE Tag Team Championships. One of them needs to take those belts off a New Day, so that we can have this match mean what it should mean.
Yeah, definitely. NSA both, or they could possibly have a triple threat match with the tag team titles, and then, you know, one of either the Usos or the Dudleys take that belt, and then, you know, they can persist on the feud with the Usos and the Dudleys over the belt. But either way, I think that it would be best for the titles to be involved in you know, the Usos and the Dudley Boys feud. It doesn't feel like a true feud without that.
Yeah.
Without, you know, the belts being on the line. What I think should happen is the Dudley Boys should come out and really take the belts, just straight up. They're already the most decorated tag team in the world.
Yep.
So what's adding another title run, you know, on there, and then passing the torch on to the Usos, so to speak.
Yeah. and that's what's hilarious to me, is the fact that the WWE writers have done such a great job recently, actually, of booking. I don't think we've bitched too much about them on the show, not the way we used to, about how they're booking these shows, and they've made a lot of major strides, but there's just always something they're dropping the ball with. You know, an opportunity, a missed opportunity here, a missed opportunity there. It's at least once a pay-per-view. There's a missed opportunity for a feud or a title match that they just don't seem to want to take. But we'll see. Like I said, this is WrestleMania season. This is that time of the year in which I try to take everything that WWE does with a grain of salt, because I think ultimately everything that they do during this time of year is building to something at WrestleMania. And I
Yeah,
just sometimes
yeah,
need to, just sit back and let the play out in front of me before I go too far one way or another with my thought process on it. Not to say that you did. I
yeah,
was just saying,
yeah,
for me myself personally.
yeah. I'm right there with you, definitely, defiantly. I mean, definitely. In
Definitely.
my phone, definitely is the most misspelled word in texting.
Yeah, I bet. Definitely. Uh,
It always turns out to be defiantly, and people still send that shit. I'm like, defiantly? So what?
oh,
Yeah, I'm right there with you, bro. Yeah, everything definitely, just like you said, grain of salt, because you never know what they're building up to until about Fastlane time, that month out, that month and a half out is like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing. I see what it's turning into, and it accumulates and gets wrapped up at WrestleMania, which should be a hell of a show this year. If they continue to do what they're doing, I think we're going to see a Roman Reigns Triple H match in the main event. Even though I want Dean Ambrose to do it, he's got the Intercontinental title. He ain't got no time for holding two belts.
Ain't nobody got time for that. No,
ain't nobody got time for that. So I think it's going to be Roman Reigns. I think this is the time that Roman Reigns gets a win over Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
I think they're going to give him that John Cena type push.
Yeah.
Because he's hit the crowd every time his music hits. The crowd has been going crazy for him. And that's not saying they're dubbing in shit. That's just watching live shows and seeing the crowd just go crazy when his music hits. They're like, oh, hell yeah, Roman Reigns, big-ass motherfucking powerhouse coming out. Everybody loves Dean Ambrose, of course. And everybody right now is loving Brock Lesnar. Like, Brock Lesnar, seeing Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar in the ring and having Brock Lesnar get the most chance, it's surprising to me.
Yeah.
Because you've got three faces that something's got to give at Fastlane. Something's got to happen. And this could be either a Dean Ambrose turn or a Roman Reigns turn. But I think it's more or less going to be a Dean Ambrose turn because Roman Reigns has got to go into WrestleMania as the face. Yeah. And if Brock Lesnar wins at Fastlane, he's going to go into WrestleMania as the face. I don't see Dean Ambrose winning, unfortunately. But I can see him turn, do a complete turn, because they've kind of shown it a little bit, like how Dean Ambrose on Raw was like, I'm going after Brock. I don't need your help, Roman. I'm doing this on my own. He comes out there, he gets beat down. Roman Reigns comes out to save the day. And just with Roman Reigns coming out, Dean Ambrose gets the low blow. Well, what's a low blow? It's kind of a heel thing. You don't see too many low blows, Yes, we've seen The Undertaker low blow Brock Lesnar at one point, but that was out of desperation. In the story of the match, that was a desperation move right after he tapped out and all this. So I see Dean Ambrose turning. And, of course, they're going to punch each other in the face. He's going to punch Roman in the face. He's already said it. He's like, he's going to punch me in the face. I'm going to punch him in the face. We're going to fucking fight at Fastlane.
Yeah.
Right? It don't matter if boys, brothers, whatever. It's going to go down. I'm thinking that Dean Ambrose is going to come out of it as a heel. I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times, but that's just the feeling I'm getting from all this. Just because, on Raw, he did say, hey, Roman, I don't need your help. I'm going after him myself. So just that little tidbits here and there that's kind of pointing me in the direction of, Ambrose may be turning. He's already a lunatic. He's already crazy. He's got an asylum all to himself. Got his name on it, everything. So he can't be truly trusted, even if you're his friend.
I'll say it like this. I think it's going to be a heel turn. I think Ambrose is definitely going to be the one to make it, but I don't think it's going to be a typical heel turn. I think it's going to be that tweener heel turn, where he's gonna do something like you said, like the low blow, that's gonna make you think, wow, like is he a bad guy? Like maybe he's gonna do it in desperation, trying to win the belt from Roman Reigns, and then effectively end up forcing Roman Reigns into a position where he has to spear him or Superman punch him in order to get to Brock Lesnar and get the pin. You know what I'm saying? And get the victory. Or he gets the pin over Ambrose instead of Lesnar. And then Ambrose gets so pissed that he turns around and hits, something that where the way that it happens is understandable that Ambrose is mad at Reigns. So you don't really notice that it's a heel turn, but it's really that slow roll, slow burn heel turn happening, right before your eyes.
Right. I'm exactly there. Right there on the same page with you, page 420 in the dictionary. Let's see what words you can learn. It's a slow roll. It's not going to be totally obvious what's going down, but I believe Ambrose will come out of this as a heel and maybe interfere in Roman Reigns' WrestleMania match
with Triple H,
possibly. If Roman wins.
Yeah.
Don't know, like I said, with the crowd reaction, with all three of them in the ring and Brock getting the most cheers and getting all that, it may be a Triple H Brock Lesnar
WrestleMania match
moment.
Yeah.
And that can lead up to Ambrose and Reigns hating each other. Because, whatever reasons that each other stopped one another from winning against Brock. Like that can, throw some fuel on the fire and make it combustible relationship between the two of them.
Very true.
So there's a lot of scenarios that could happen in a triple threat. So I'm looking forward to watching this match. And I'm hoping that the feeling and the storyline that I've seen so far is right about, that heel turn for Ambrose.
Mr. Ambrose, yeah. Because I definitely think if there's anybody that can pull off a heel turn and make it fun, just kind of like the Dudleys did, it's Ambrose. He's the lunatic fringe. At some point, that fringe has to snap. And when it happens, it's going to be a beautiful sight for all wrestling fans.
Indeed it will be, sir. Indeed. Yes, he is evil. Indeed.
Indubitably. Another one of my favorite words. It's going to be a fun WrestleMania season this year. I don't know if it's necessarily as fun as last year's, but I think it's going to be a fun WrestleMania this year. All the reports that I'm reading at this point, once again, guys, like we always stress on this show, and we have for 3 years, everything that we say here is speculation. None of it is fact. It's just from various articles that we read throughout the IWC. But
hey man, have we been doing this show for 4 years?
Have we? What WrestleMania did we start out at? Because we started right after WrestleMania. I thought we were going into our 4th year after this WrestleMania.
I think 2012 is when we started.
That's true, huh?
If I'm not mistaken, 2012 is when we started. That's when I started going to BTW shows.
Wow, so
And
we have
then
been doing it for 4 years.
I went to Rep Fest and got your RVD signature and all that in 2013. And then 2014, we set up a booth at WrestleFest.
Yeah, and then 15, we actually went to
2015, I was gone
WrestleMania.
to Oregon, and now it's 2016. So we're almost at our 4-year anniversary.
Dude, then that means we got to plan something big for this year's anniversary episode. It's 4 years, man.
I think we should just sit back and talk wrestling.
For sure. That's been good enough for the past 4 years, right?
Right. You know what I'm saying? We got thousands of fans all over the world. You know.
People that love to listen in, and so it just sucks that we moved up.
Locally and hated globally, so I think we're doing a good job, man. You know, I will dabble into getting a guest for that, of course.
Of course.
I was supposed to have a guest tonight, but I hit her up Tuesday. It was Beatrice Domino, the Black Panther. It would have been a perfect night to have her come on and give us her thoughts on all the bull crap that's going on in the news that we talked about earlier in the show. But she said she was going to hit me up, and she never hit me back. So maybe future we can get her on. Although it was set up perfect for her tonight. I believe Kurt White is going to be on next week, though. The owner and operator of BTW. So we can promote the Dangerous Damsels that's happening next Friday. Not tomorrow night, but a week from tomorrow. I'm going to hit him up. I've already got the green light on him being on the show, but I'm also going to hit him back and confirm. Probably Monday. I'll probably do that Monday just to confirm that he's going to be on the show and get the word out and all that good stuff. But yeah, man, definitely, man. What is it? The week after WrestleMania?
Yeah.
4-year anniversary?
Hold on.
Kevon.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. It will be the Thursday night. I'm thinking post WrestleMania, right?
Yeah. The week of WrestleMania after WrestleMania that week. Yeah, okay. I'll start to hit up my connections and see if we can get some superstars to join us.
You know what I'm thinking? You know, we've been talking about doing this for a while. I think I may actually go ahead and round up the money and do it, but go get one of those 3-month WWE network cards and kind of run something through the fan page. Find us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/The Raw Impact Unleashed. And we'll let you guys know how you can go on ahead and put your name in to win a free 3-month subscription for the WWE Network. For those poor or maybe money challenged listeners that we have that may not necessarily be able to afford the network, we want to try to hook you up with a couple of free months. How about that? That'll be one of the things we give away at the post WrestleMania show.
That's what's up.
So 3 months, WWE Network, boom. Raw Impact Unleashed. Boom.
You heard?
That's how we do around here. That's how we do.
Yeah, man, we ain't gave nothing away in a minute.
Well, we got to figure out how to run the contest with this one, because we can't necessarily have people call in like we could on Blog Talk.
Yeah, that's true. But through the fan page and our Twitter at Radio's Wrestling, we can say, hey, you know,
tweet at us, or we'll have a go ahead.
We got this competition going on. Give us your favorite WWE moment, and we can pick through all the favorites that people post up on those two platforms, and and totally biased between Double K and myself. K Double.
Yo.
We'll end up picking a winner in a random lottery.
Yep.
Get the WWE Network.
We're talking about 3 months of being able to watch the most extensive collection of wrestling pretty much ever built. I mean, outside of my hard drives.
Yeah. And maybe I will give up my website, not my website, but the website I use to see other shows, as in New Japan and TNA, House of Hardcore. I might give up that link to a few people that participate in this. So not only can you see things that happen on the network, but you can see years and years and years of everything wrestling. That's a free website. You could probably look it up yourself and try to find it, but it's very hard to find because it changes often. I get emails sent to me, new website, same website, new whatever it is, new name for it. So I mean, we gonna hook you up with some wrestling, man. No matter what it is.
That's about 6 weeks from now, 7 weeks from now, or 5, 6 weeks from now, after WrestleMania. After WrestleMania 32.
What, 2 weeks to Fastlane and then another month? So yeah, 6, 7 weeks, something like that.
6, 7 weeks. So keep listening in, guys. Right now, Cole, do you hear it? Do you hear it?
I hear it.
You hear it? The Raw.
It's
Impact.
time.
What time is it? It's Vader time?
Unleashed.
Nope.
Shout out to the Indies.
Shout out to the Indies.
You know what's sad is that you couldn't even hear it, but yet you was right on time.
I couldn't hear it. That was all coincidental happenstance.
All right, guys. So, during this time of the show, we just like to tell you about whatever local shows may be going on around your area. I know we've been talking about next week we're going to have on Kurt White of BTW fame, of BTW owner, and having him here to talk about the Dangerous Damsels event going on the 19th. Unfortunately, due to cars breaking down, I'm going to be unable to make it. But I'm pretty sure your bowl
I don't know
will
if
be there.
I'm going to actually be able to make that show either, unfortunately.
But y'all
money's
should
kind
go.
of tight right now. Money's kind of tight, man. I ain't a rich motherfucker.
I feel you. We ain't getting paid. Just so y'all know, we ain't getting paid to do this. We do this shit for y'all every week for the fun of it. All right?
Yeah.
Just so y'all know.
I wish I got paid. Y'all can send y'all's money to P.O. Box. Oh, no.
Yeah, please send us envelopes of money. Anyway.
Yeah. Cash only. And make
only.
sure you wrap that cash up, blank piece of paper, so the other people can't see through the envelope and see that it's just cash.
But yeah, so primarily we do BTW shows. Does APW have a show coming up soon?
Do you have any Pacific? We on the West Coast. Do you have any specific shows that you want to shout out to? And then I'll run down a list that I have.
At this moment, I'll say no. Go ahead, run down your list.
This motherfucker wanted to shout out to the Indies. He ain't even got no fucking shout outs. What the fuck is going on? What? I said, what the fuck is going on?
Fine then. PWG got a show in Reseda, California on the 12th. You can check them out.
All right, check this out. It's my turn. You wasted your turn. I'm saying no.
Hey, Drew Galloway gonna be at
All
this
right.
show though.
Hey, that's cool. Hey, that's cool. Whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Go.
Nah. To be honest, Drew McIntyre, aka Drew Galloway, met him in real life. He's a cool ass dude. We had some Long Island iced teas and talked about Chris Masters and him's match where they worked the leg. It was awesome. Anyway, okay. Championship Wrestling Showcase returns to San Francisco this Saturday at 1 p.m. It will be going on all day long. Basically, it's Championship Wrestling from Hollywood is doing the promotion. It'll be on Kofi TV, local Bay Area television station. And they will have, obviously, cards are always subject to change. It will be Peter Avalon versus Eli Drake, Sasha Roverko versus J.R. Kratos, the Classic Connection versus Cold World, Yuma versus Jervis Cottonbelly. That's a cool name, Cottonbelly.
Well, I've been with Cotton Eye Joe. I've been married a long time ago. Sorry.
and Got Cool versus Brody King. That is the 13th. Saturday the 13th. Boom.
Take your girl for Valentine's Day. Nah, she'll kill your ass. You do that shit.
Yeah, you go see Deadpool for Valentine's Day. Okay,
that's what I'm doing.
Deadpool, goddammit. And leave like just like Hood Slam, first Friday of every month, and they put on different shows. Leave your fucking kids at home. Don't ruin it for everybody. This is not a kid-friendly fucking superhero movie. Leave your kids at home. Go watch this shit with your girl or with your friends and all this. No kids. This is not a goddamn PG movie. Don't fuck it up for the rest of us that want to see sequels. We don't want
you really mean that shit, man.
We don't want you to take your goddamn 7-year-old, see that it's not appropriate for 7-year-olds, and then complain on social media about how it's not appropriate for people to be watching this. Shut the fuck up. Enjoy it yourself. Don't take your kids. All right. Cool.
There you go.
Deadpool, what's up? Okay, then we have also another Saturday showcase. East Bay Pro Wrestling returns to Pacheco Square Garden. Chris Kelly legitimized his championship reign by defeating former champion Kaka Meng. Shout out to Kaka Meng. That's my homie. What's in store for the next EBPW, East Bay Pro Wrestling show during the hottest night of February. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of Bay Area wrestlers there. I just named 2 of them. We got Brick Farm Wars. That is going on Saturday, February 20th at 6 p.m. In Orville, California.
Orville.
Yeah. That's a small-ass little town. If you blink, you miss this motherfucker. Okay, so I know it's country as fuck up there, and definitely there's going to be a lot of people going to this wrestling show. It says, in the description, it says, come witness the fallout from Last Man Standing as we find out what is next for the new PCW heavyweight champion, the real deal, Will Roberts. Who will his next challenger be? This and much more at our monthly event, Work Farms Wars. Tickets are only $10 at the door to the first 75 fans. So there you go. Get there early and get your cheap tickets. Seats limited to the first 75 people. Doors open at 5:30 p.m. Bell time 6 p.m. And yeah, you can go see some pro wrestling there. Okay, now moving on, we have Premier Wrestling. Our friend John LaRocca, promoter of Premier. It is Premier 7, Kratos versus Graves. This is Saturday, March 6th, at the IFDES Lodge, the IFDES, I don't know. Portuguese Hall, 250 Old Gilroy Street in Gilroy, California. Showtime is at 5 p.m. Doors open at 4:30. They have Premier Championship match. The champion, God of War, J.R. Kratos. He's 9-2-1 at that promotion versus the Soul Fighter, Joe Graves, which is 4-1-1. You also have a Premier Women's Athletes Championship match. Champion Rays versus that's 2-2 and versus Nicole Savoy.
Sorry.
Yeah. And she's standing at 3-2, so she's got one win over the champion now. And yeah, that it looks like that's going to be a hell of a show. They have Shayna Blazer, it's a Blazer, former UFC fighter, is going to be there making her premiere debut. You got Marcus Lewis, you got Jeff Cobb. The list goes on and on. It's going to be one hell of a show. That is March 6th. Don't forget March 6th. And then let me throw one out there for Phoenix. I'm not in Phoenix. I ain't went to Phoenix in a long time, but if you're around the Phoenix area, this should be a great show for you. The Phoenix Theater, actually, this ain't even fucking in Phoenix. It's in Petaluma, California. It's at the Phoenix Theater. There we go. Phoenix Theater, 201 Washington Street, Petaluma, California. Friday, March 18th. Which I know we're stretching it out just a little bit there. But the main event features Mr. Athletic Jeff Cobb challenging Force of Nature Drake Frost for the PW Championship. That'll be an excellent main event and one hell of a show. So yeah, check that out in Petaluma, California, March 18th. I believe that's one last shout out would be to Big Time Wrestling out of Newark, California, Fremont, California. Their show Dangerous Damsels, Friday the 19th of February. It is their all-ladies show. You will have Reyes, Nicole Savoy, Beatrice Domino, Kimura, Chrissy Von Airy, so many more ladies that I'm failing to mention right now, and I'm sorry about that. I believe Kiki Nakamura, the Fallen Flower, Brittany Sloan will be there also. It's going to be one hell of a show. Don't miss it. Like I said, we'll have Kurt White on next Thursday, and that's the day before the show, so he will give us a rundown on what's going down. Hopefully he'll have the card completely ready for it. Yeah, man, we'll be celebrating Big Time Wrestling's 20-year anniversary. They are 16 years old.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you were saying?
BTW, Kurt White is going to be coming to celebrate his 20th anniversary with us next week. I just said they're 16 years older than us. And I have to credit BTW with getting us off the ground, basically with not only having a lot of their crew on our show, but also giving me the opportunity to meet and get former WWE, TNA, ROH superstars, becoming friends with them and getting them on the show. It's very much appreciated, and I can't say enough about Kurt White giving leniency to me for running around, whether it be in the locker room or what have you, giving me the hotel where everybody's staying so I can stalk wrestlers. I got to give Kurt props, man. Without him, I wouldn't have been able to do what I do and getting people on the show. So thank you very much, Kurt, and we'll talk to you next week, homie.
There you go. And I think that's a beautiful way to close the show, brother. We can call it a day.
Right on.
So, guys, be sure to tune in next week like we talked about on the commercial, and like we talk about always. You got Planet of Cold tomorrow. You got West Coast Bias on Sunday. You're supposed to be getting a couple of MVTs, maybe an MVT Deuce tonight, and then an MVT West next week. So be on the lookout for those. And that's pretty much it for us this week, guys. Cole, you ready to close this out?
Yeah, man, I just want to remind everybody to like us on Facebook, Raw Impact Unleashed, and also follow us on Twitter. We follow back at Radios Wrestling. And other than that, man, I'm going to hit K Double with the Styles Clash.
Oh, no.
Since nobody else can do it like I can. And for some reason, they're preventing AJ from pulling off my favorite move. It's not my favorite move. I just lied to y'all. So I'm going to hit Kipper with the Styles Clash. I'm going to roll him around. I'm going to go for the pin. And I'm going to 1, 2, 3. I beat him. Yeah, I finally won. It's been a year and a half since I won. Yeah.
Oh, man. Love it.
You can't say I'm not a jobber. I am a jobber. I do the job.
There you go.
And this time, I'm finally a winner.
Bo Dallas victory lap for you.
I'm going to keep this victory. I'm going to hang my head high for the next week until I lose again, probably.
Oh, man. No, I think we might let you go on a winning streak for a while, man. Prove your dominance.
Hey, that'd be awesome. I do have an Intercontinental Championship hanging up in my studio right now, so I might just pull that down and take Ambrose's spot.
Gene Ambrose.
I am Gene Ambrose. I even got a shirt that's got a G and an Antichrist A on it, like the DA.
Yeah.
I got a GA shirt. I monogrammed it with a Sharpie. It's awesome.
Oh, man. All right, guys. Till next week, we out.
Take it easy.
Oh, man. Killing me.